There is no way you can afford to miss out on watching this video. The price of Ripple's XRP is reaching amazing heights as a result of Coinbase, which is the largest cryptocurrency exchange in the world. It is not merely a hearsay, the chief executive officer himself is confirming it. According to the forecasts of cryptocurrency specialists, the price of XRP might reach $2,500 or even higher. Let us dissect it in detail. Your jaw is going to drop after seeing this video. All right, without further ado, let's get started. Disclosing the claims that Coinbase's XRP cold wallets have finally gone to zero have caused the XRP community to be engulfed in flames. This phenomenon is considered to be one of the most exciting phenomena of the year 2025. Following the publication of the analytics account XRP Liquidity's allegation that Coinbase's reserves had decreased from around 1 billion XRP in June to nil by September, the myth swiftly circulated throughout the community. For a cryptocurrency that is already well known for its drama, which includes litigation filed by the SEC and dramatic jumps in liquidity, this revelation was sure to generate speculation. It is impossible to overstate how intriguing the timing was. The decrease in Coinbase's holdings in XRP occurred immediately following the wedding of Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse, and during a time when financial heavyweights such as BlackRock were demonstrating their dominance in the cryptocurrency market to demonstrate their might. There were those merchants who started theorizing right away. Was Coinbase getting ready to make a significant move? Is it possible that this is an indication of an impending supply squeeze that could cause the price of XRP to increase? As is frequently the case in the cryptocurrency industry, the narrative is more complex than what is suggested by the headlines. The statistics from Unchained does in fact demonstrate a significant decrease in the number of Coinbase Link wallets, but assertions that the exchange has no more XRP do not exactly stand up. The story that went viral was disproved by XRP ledger validator VED, who pointed out that it would be impossible for Coinbase to have no XRP while yet supporting active trading pairs. His somber caution that fragmentary or sensational facts might distort reality was a much-needed check against the echo chamber that exists on cryptocurrency Twitter. Even nevertheless, the fact continues to be. The amount of XRP that Coinbase has in reserve has been fluctuating sharply. Bullish conjecture has been reignited only due to the optics, regardless of whether this is the result of reorganizing the infrastructure of wallets, an increase in the number of withdrawals from customers, or strategic repositioning. There has been a history of price runs being fueled by a falling visible supply on big exchanges. If Coinbase is truly restricting XRP liquidity, the impact could be significant. With that being said, supply shocks are among the most powerful drivers for price rallies in the cryptocurrency market. When we reach this point in the talk, things start to get really fascinating. Coinbase, which was formerly the target of criticism within the XRP community for delisting the currency in 2021 following the SEC litigation, is currently reclaiming some of the respect that it once had. In light of the fact that Coinbase has taken the initiative to take on the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, legal expert Bill Morgan acknowledged that it is becoming increasingly difficult to maintain anger toward the exchange. The unexpected new alignment is brought to light by this difference. Indirectly supporting Ripple's own position is the legal battle that Coinbase is currently engaged in with regulators. In the event that Coinbase were to increase its focus on XRP by advertising it in a more aggressive manner, incorporating it into forthcoming financial products, or even providing instant, the numbers on the chain are important, but so is the mentality of traders who are under the impression that something significant is about to happen. There is a possibility that XRP is on the cusp of a supply-driven breakout, and this time, the same exchange that once walked away from XRP might be the one fueling its next rally. This is subject to the condition that Coinbase's reserves remain tight while demand continues to build. Additionally, this is where things start to become really fascinating because despite the fact that the data on the blockchain only tells one tale, crypto professionals are already looking ahead, as well as the fact that their forecasts can shock your mind. It has been suggested by some that a supply crunch on Coinbase might pave the way for one of the most significant rallies in XRP to date. Believe me, you are not prepared for what is going to happen next. According to SP, the XRP market is not unfamiliar with wild projections. However, very few of these predictions have been as audacious as the one made by strategist Jake Claver. Claver recently stated that the price of XRP might skyrocket to an astounding $20,500 per token. The mathematics appears to be nonsensical at first glance. With roughly 59.8 billion XRP in circulation, this would mean that the cryptocurrency is valued at approximately $149 trillion, which is nearly twice as much as the whole size of the GDP of the United States. Nevertheless, Claver contends that the majority of people are asking the incorrect question. He added that the market capitalization will not be the deciding factor, but rather the economics of supply and demand. From his point of view, the true issue is not the theoretical ceiling that is produced by multiplying the price by the supply that is in circulation. Rather, the issue is the quantity of XRP that is actually available for purchase at any given moment. If the majority of XRP is held in institutional custody, private wallets, or long-term holdings, then the amount of liquid supply that is available on exchanges is significantly lower than what the headline numbers suggest. Under those circumstances, a sudden surge in demand could, in theory, propel the price to a level that is significantly higher than what the logic of standard market capitalization permits. Claver went so far as to predict that this precipitous climb could occur before the year is over, citing a probable reverse carry trade as a significant cause for the gain. However, he did not provide any specifics, which resulted in a great deal of discussion among those involved in trading regarding what he meant exactly. His conviction, on the other hand, was something that he always made plain. The catalysts are right at the door, and their arrival is virtually unavoidable. A significant portion of his argument is predicated on the concept of institutional adoption, in which XRP is envisioned as the settlement layer for major financial flows. The demand for XRP may considerably exceed the supply if it were to be adopted as a bridge currency by large banks, payment providers, and even central banks. This is especially true if retail traders were to participate in the market at the same time. Claver is not the only one who envisions an extreme destiny for XRP on the horizon. And further expert who goes by the name Xena has gone even farther, confidently predicting that XRP will undoubtedly hit $10,000, saying that its potential is comparable to that of Bitcoin in its early days. Her argument is straightforward. Skeptics laughed at Bitcoin when it was worth $10 and $100, and it is possible that they may be proven incorrect once more. Naturally, these extremely lofty goals caused a rift within the society. For every analyst who advocates for XRP prices in the four-digit range, there are others who are quick to point out the enormous market capitalization that would be implied by such prices. Skeptics contend that even if money market funds are responsible for the movement of enormous amounts of cash, there is no doubt about the demand, as Lim Wee Kian, CEO of DBS, noted. In order to accommodate the borderless and round-the-clock character of modern asset classes, we require solutions. When it comes to blockchain technology, this is not simply another experiment. The global demand for regulated digital assets is being met by Ripple, DBS, and Franklin Templeton through the establishment of a direct connection between tokenized funds and stable core cryptocurrencies. In terms of cost, this is why it is important. This level of adoption brings about a reduction in the quantity of XRP that is available for speculation. Ripple's stablecoin, combined with institutional entities locking into the XRP ledger infrastructure, generates a consistent and structural demand for the cryptocurrency. Each partnership reduces the amount of XRP that is available in liquid form, which is essential for retail traders. This creates the conditions for supply shocks to occur. When you combine this with widespread adoption around the globe, from Asia to Europe to North America, the conclusion is straightforward economics. Demand pressure that has the potential to drive the price of XRP far higher. Therefore, this is Ripple's long-term aim. At the same time that retail traders are concentrating on charts and making forecasts for the short term, Ripple is laying the groundwork for a new financial system, one in which tokenized assets and stablecoins can move freely across international borders. Each and every cooperation of this kind contributes credibility and liquidity to the XRP ledger, so placing XRP not only as a speculative asset but also as the plumbing of the digital economy. It is possible that the market will finally understand why analysts such as Jake Claver and Xena are willing to make targets in the 4- and 5-digit range if the adoption rate continues to exponentially increase. In the present day, they could appear to be excessive. Nevertheless, when one considers that trillions of dollars worth of tokenized assets are being settled on the XRP ledger, it suddenly does not sound as ridiculous. The whales are not something that can be ignored, of course. while the majority of the market is preoccupied with other things. Some of the most powerful players in the cryptocurrency industry are discreetly accumulating millions of XRP Ripple coins behind the scenes.